Welcome to the Grumman F4F Wildcat by GotFriends. The developers kindly provided me with a copy to demonstrate the airplane's details and features. We'll start from cold and dark, then head straight into the fun stuff. Timestamps are in the description below if you want to skip ahead to your favourite feature. Let's go! First of all, in the flight deck, we'll head down to the panel on the right hand side and we'll extend the wings. Every model, texture and animation in this plane has a ton of attention to detail, and some of the special effects we'll see later on in the flight are very cool. Next up, we'll switch on the main battery. On the fuel selector on the left hand side, we'll switch it over to main, so we're feeding fuel from both tanks. And on the bulkhead, we'll set magnetos to both. Before engine start, we'll increase the throttle to at least 10%. And make sure the mixture lever is in the rich position. We'll make sure the prop lever is pushed all the way into 100%. And to prime the engine, we'll need to pump the primer until ready is displayed on the tooltip. We'll switch approach lights on as per the checklist. And it's now time to start the engines, so we'll hold down the start engine switch until it comes to life. With the engine up and running, we'll switch on the generator. I'm unlocking the nose wheel so I can steer during taxi. I'll hit the parking brakes key to release the chocks and reduce the throttle so the plane doesn't shoot off on its own. The F4F is pretty manageable to taxi. It does still have a wide turning circle though. On the runway before takeoff, I'll lock the tail gear again. And you can choose to fly with the canopy closed or open. We'll close it for takeoff and then probably leave it open for the rest of our low altitude adventures. For takeoff, I'll gradually bring the throttles all the way up to full power. It does want to fly fairly quickly after you apply the power. It seems slightly asymmetric, so it tends to dip a wing to one side as you get that lift, so just kind of correct that, get it straight and wings level, and pitch up. As we raise the landing gear, let's head straight into the handling section of the video, where we'll check out this Warbird's capabilities. As you'd expect from a classic Warbird, pitch and roll is very responsive, but not as sharp as you'd get in a modern fighter jet. At the moment we're just flying basic civilian manoeuvres, but in a second we're going to check out how this F4F performs in aerobatic moves such as an aileron roll. So to start the aileron roll, we'll bring the stick sharply to one side, and we're going to pitch nose down as we want to maintain the altitude, and as we bring it around we'll pull the nose back up. As for other cool Warbird stuff, this airplane features what YouTube's advertisers would like me to refer to as ballistic repeaters. These can be bound either to a hotkey or the trigger on your joystick, which is super fun. The airplane also features flares, which again can be bound to a hotkey. And there is also the option of air show smoke, so if you want to put on an aerobatic display, this is a great way to do it. I'm now going to demonstrate a regular runway landing in this airplane, so we'll extend the landing flaps and the landing gear as we make our approach. It's a very civilised airplane to land in calm winds. It gets very asymmetric and twitchy in windy conditions, and after you touch down and you brake, just make sure you don't brake too hard, otherwise you'll tip the nose over. This airplane also comes with built-in aircraft carrier functionality, so catapult launch and tailhook landing, As we're on a carrier, let's demonstrate the cat launch first of all. So once you press the catapult launch hotkey, there's a 3-second countdown and then you are catapulted forward. At this point, bring the throttles to full and you're on your way.
I approach F4F for Golf Romeo Uniform Mike Whiskey is type F4F for 1 mile north of Charlie Alpha Romeo.
As I mentioned at the start of this section, there's also a tail hook for landing, so let's try that out. The tail hook is capable of bringing the aircraft to a stop in a very short distance indeed, which is great if you're like me and you suck at carrier landings. The F4F can also be configured to carry deployable ordnance as shown here, and it also features range extending drop tanks which can be jettisoned at any time during the flight if you wish. And that concludes our look at the GotFriends F4F for MSFS. If you enjoyed the airplane, a purchase link can be found in the description below. If you enjoyed the video, please feel free to drop a like and subscribe for regular sim content. Take care and I'll see you next time.